Okay, here are the notes for graphing exponential functions, right? And this is what you're going to see for worksheet 3. So let me just quickly review what we did on pretty much on 1 and 2 really quick. So we have, for example, f of x is equal to 2 to the power of x, and then out here plus 5. Alright, so this is my parent function. This is your parent function. This is the parent part. And this number out here is the vertical, right? Vertical shift. So the way I want you to think these through is you always start with the parent function, and we're doing some quick sketches here, right? We know the critical point is 0, 1, right here. Right, that's that critical point. That is the point that these exponential functions are all pretty much going through. And we know that a positive, this is positive 2 to the power of x, is an increasing exponential function. So it looks like this, right? Just like a curve like this. And then it kind of gets flat right here on this side like this. Gets close and close to that x-axis, but it never touches it. This is the parent function. This one's just f of x is equal to 2 to the power of x. That's the original one. That's the one you have to start. That's the one you're going to move, right? This is what we did. That's just the parent function. That's just this one. And then now your vertical shift up 5 is what? Well, we get this point, this critical point, and we just go, right? Remember, we're on 1 right now. So 2, 3, ooh, I'm going to run out of 4. I'm running out of space here on the y-axis. Right? Vertical shift would just take this point, plot it here. Take this. Oh, wait a minute. Not that. Sorry. Not move it to 5. Move up 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That means it'll go up to 6, right? Right? Yeah, it doesn't. It's not starting at 0 and going to 5. It's starting at 1. 1 plus 5 will put it here at 6, right? Yep, that's right. But pretty much we just get this, copy it, shift it over, and that's what we're doing, right? If it was minus 5, oh, by the way, this is f of x is equal to 2x plus 5. If it was minus 5, then you'd take this one, and oh, here's a good one. You know what? I'm just going to put it here, right? So here's my parent function. Here's this one with the plus 5, but remember, if it's plus 5, you don't go to 5. You add 5 from 1, that's 6. That's this one. Now, what if it said minus 5? What if it said minus 5 here? Well, you wouldn't go down to negative 5. You'd have to count 5 down from 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Like, what's 1 take away 5? Well, it's negative 4, right? So if we were graphing, if there was one, again, we've got to start with our parent function. If it's up 5, well, 1 plus 5, it'll be at 6. If it's minus 5, well, 1 take away 5 would be what? Yeah, down over here. Right? And I just kind of just brought this one up and just put it in here. But again, the point is this critical point, 0, 1. This number out here, oh, by the way, this one is f of x is equal to 2 to the x what? This was just 2 to the x, don't go anywhere. This one was 2 to the x plus 5. This one's 2 to the x minus 5, right? And it's not at negative 5. Right, you're starting at 1 and then counting down 5. That's why. Okay, so we saw these increasing functions, and then similarly we did what? We saw decreasing functions, and decreasing functions are the ones that are going to have like a fraction, like it said. It'll say 1/2 or 1/3. Let's just go with a 1/3 x. And let me go with minus 4. I'll just do a quick one again here. But I kind of don't want to see it. I mean, you can see it like this if you want, but just so that you could see a base and an exponent, I would rather you change it and make it look like this. F of x is equal to 3 to the power of negative 1, right? Times that x, well, 3 to the power of negative 1x, and then minus 4. Okay, so this is how you know it's a decreasing function. But again, I'm going to start with the parent function. The parent function being what? 3 to the power of negative x. Again, it still goes through this critical point. Still goes through here. But when you see that negative on the thing there, on the power here, when you see that negative 1 or that negative x, it's not increasing, it's from left to right, it is decreasing, right? Like that. So it looks like this. But again, that's the parent function. That's the one you're going to start with. Again, the critical point again is still what? 0 on the x, 1 up. Now I just did this part. So that is what? This one's I'll just put it here. F of x is equal to 3 to the power of negative x. That's just that one. Now what do I do with the minus 4? Well, this is the one that I have to have the parent function to be able to move it and drop it for, right? It was plus 4, I'd go up 4. Well, it's minus 4. Well, from here I got to count down 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this point, 1, 2, 3, 4 goes down to negative 3. Right? Don't drop it down to negative 4, right? Because you're not at 0, 0. You're one level up, or you're up 1. So 1 take away 4 will be down here. And so that's it. That's what we pretty much have covered in worksheet 1 and 2. So now this would be this function here, right? Or this one up here. These two are really the same thing, but this would be it, right? Okay, let me pick it up from there. So we learned increasing functions, critical point. We learned decreasing functions, critical point. And then on worksheet 2, we did vertical shift, positive up, negative means down, right? So this one was what? Okay. Now we're gonna kind of introduce on this one horizontal shift. So this is what horizontal shift is. Remember, vertical shift would be just a number down here, and it'll tell you plus 5 or plus whatever, go up, down. Negative would be down, right? Yeah. Okay, so this is what it's going to be. So really, really easy. Now, the vertical shift. Right, that was horizontal, right? I'm sorry. That was vertical. What am I talking about? Horizontal shift. Though that was vertical shift on worksheet 2, right? Right, this number out here is your vertical shift. This number right here is your vertical shift. This number right here is your vertical shift, right? Up and down, vertical. All right, now we're just going to focus on horizontal, and then we're going to put them both together. So here it is. Okay, so now the horizontal shift is going to look like this. And it's going to be really easy. Number 1, you're going to have something like f of x is equal to 2x plus 4. See, notice that it's up here. It's up here. It's not like this. F of x is equal to 2 to the power of x plus 4. See, it's not down here. This is a vertical shift. When it's down here, a big number in the bottom, this one is a vertical shift. And positive means up, up. And negative means down, and then the number tells you how much, right? 4 units up, 4 units down, right? This one, when it's up here with the x, up here in the top with the exponent, this right here is your what? Horizontal shift. But if you remember when we did the other parent functions, the parabolas, the absolute value, and all that stuff, here's the big but. You do the opposite. Remember that? Whatever was in the parentheses or in the absolute value, you do the opposite. Well, same thing. Make this really obvious. You do the opposite. So obviously horizontal is left, right. If it says plus 4, yeah, you'd think, move it up to the 4 to the right. Yeah, it's the opposite. You go to the left. So that's it. Let's do this one. So number 1, again, we got to start with the parent graph. The parent graph being what? The parent graph being right here at 0, 1. Here's my parent graph. Here's just 2 to the power of a positive x. That's an increasing function. This is just the parent function. Now it says plus 4, but we're going to do the opposite. Remember to do the opposite? So I'm not going to go to... Oh, I should have wrote this on this other side. I'm not going to go for this way. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's going to actually move, right? You're going to move this dot for this way. -1, -2, -3. Right here, -4. You're going to move this way 4. And the dot comes to here. Right, because you're doing the opposite. Remember, if it says plus 4, don't move it that way. You'd go right here, go this way. And I ran out of space here. This one would be f of x is equal to 2 to the power of x plus 4. Okay, yeah, if this said minus 4, yeah, then you'd go over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and you'd put it here and you'd graph it here. Correct. And that is what you're going to see for the horizontal shift. Let's see another one, number 2. Number 2, how about f of x is equal to 3 to the power of x minus 5. Well, that would be... Let me put my point right here at 0, 1. And here's 3 to the power of x. It is an increasing exponential function, right? It's positive x. That is f of x is equal to 3 to the power of x. That's your parent function. There's your horizontal shift. This is a horizontal shift. Remember this? Horizontal shift, but do opposite. We're not going to go opposite. So instead of getting this point and moving it over here to -5, you're going to go 1. Oops, that's a big one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just move this point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right here. Move it over there. And that's it. You just get your graph. This is the graph right here. And everything else, I mean, it's pretty simple, right? Just moving the coordinate that point 5 over. That's what a horizontal shift looks like. All right, real quick, some other ones with. Now watch the second video. We're not done with this one, but watch the second video, because in the second video you have both a horizontal and a vertical. So real quick, wrapping this one up, f of x is equal to 1/4 x plus 3. Well, again, you know that's when you have a decreasing function. You can rewrite it like this. Yeah. But just so that it won't get complicated, don't write this one negative, because if you do that, then you'd actually have to distribute the negative. Just keep it like this. Just know that this is a decreasing function, and this one is you do the opposite, right? So let's look at that. My critical point is right here at 0, 1. Here's the graph of the parent function. Oh no, this is decreasing. It's a decreasing function. I'm messing up again. Decreasing function starts high on the left and it decreases this way. Ooh, ignore this. It's this one, right? Going through 0, 1. I'm getting sloppy here. That's the parent function, just the 1/4 x, or the 4 to the power of negative x. This one's just f of x is equal to 4 to the power of negative x, right? That's just this part with the x. Now what does the plus 3 tell you? That's a horizontal shift. Remember, this is your horizontal shift, but you do the opposite. Instead of going to plus 3, instead of going over here 1, 2, 3, yeah, this is going to move this way. -1, -2, -3. Move the point. Move this point over here. It says plus 3. We do the opposite. And so your graph is over here. All right, pretty simple, huh? Last one. Number 4, f of x is equal to 1/2 x minus 6. Oh, no problem. First graph, y is equal to, oh, remember this is a fraction, so that's the one that is first. You got to graph f of x is equal to 2 to the power of -1 times x. This part without the -6 is really this. Remember, when it's a negative, that is a decreasing function. So again, the critical point is right here, 0, 1. This graph is a decreasing graph like this, going through that point. Yeah. But now this -6, you better not go over here to -6. Remember, this is your horizontal shift right here. But you do the opposite, so you're going to go to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Why am I always doing this? 6. So this point moves right there. Right, it's a horizontal shift, but you do the opposite. Don't go to -6, go to +6. After that, you just copy the graph exactly the same. All right. That takes care of this one. The second video will have the both horizontal and vertical. Okay, there you go. Good luck.